like the speed of sound. We can keep on the ground.
What's good, YouTube? Easy Now 1337 aka Snow here today with some more Xbox fanboying, supposedly. This is a video just to disprove everything that everyone is trying to say about the Xbox One. All them comments that were left on my other video, which I blocked on purpose just to laugh at people, and because I was getting about 300 emails a day and I couldn't be bothered to keep deleting them. And everyone always had the same thing about, oh, it's spying on you and it's on 24/7, you have to have the Kinect. And this is the level of ignorance which proves that people are only choosing PS4 because they don't fully understand the Xbox and things, and they're just scared and panicking because of this spying thing. And I've got plenty of proof and evidence in the video description to multiple websites from multiple sources about all these things I'm about to talk about right now. But before I get into anything, people are unsubbing to me lately because I said that I'm interested in making money off YouTube. Well, yeah, and anyone who tells you that they don't want to earn money off YouTube is a liar. People get into YouTube now with the sole purpose of being partnered and getting money. And if anyone wasn't interested in making money, they wouldn't get partnered on their channel. They would just stay partner free, which means they wouldn't earn any money. So anyone who is partnered will try their best to earn as much money as possible. At least I'm honest about it. If you can't understand that, do you really think people like White Boy and Minnesota Burns and people like that care about you? All they care about is making money from you. So if you want to be ignorant and just completely ignore that fact, then that's up to you. But let's get into the other ignorant things that we're going to be talking about on the Xbox One. Now I'm going to be looking at a picture that I found on a random website. What it does say, please note that this document isn't entirely official, but it is from facts gathered around from different things, and these are definite facts, and all the other evidence in the video description can prove it. I will show you this on screen hopefully as well, bit by bit. Firstly, Xbox One is not an always online device, and I'll read it out to you. It has to check in once every 24 hours, but it can be offline for the rest of the time, which means you can go offline and play games offline. You only need to check in once a day, and the actual amount transmitted for a check-in is very, very small, which means you can use your mobile phone to create a Wi-Fi hotspot and then log on your Xbox and do the check-in. And yeah, it's not always online, so people who are saying that, you're wrong. Xbox One allows you to play used games. People thought that you can't trade in your games or whatever, or you get charged for it, and it's all complete and utter bullshit. It's just rumours, probably made by a PS4 fanboy, and everyone just didn't think for themselves, didn't research it, and just started kicking off. Now, I don't totally agree with the DRM feature, but it's not as bad as people are making it out to be, because let's put it this way, the benefit outweighs the problem. Yes, you can only trade it to one person, one friend, if they've been on your friends list for 30 days, and other things of that nature. The charges are just utter shit. Not every used game is going to be charged. It's solely down to the game developer of that game if they want to put a charge on their used game. But realistically, what game developer is going to do that? They want to earn as much money as possible, and they know putting a limit on it with a fee will stop people buying their product. And the first game developer to do this, put a charge on it, would be absolutely demonized and annihilated. So they're not going to ruin their reputation of their company to put a fee on to get a little bit extra money. And let's talk about DRM for a second. Do you know what DRM is? Everyone's pointing out its negatives, but do you know what it can essentially be? It can be Steam for consoles. Like, if you don't know Steam, it's the PC version of like a PS Store and things like that. Steam comes now after it being out for a while with heavily discounted games, heavily discounted DLC, heavily discounted bundles of games, so you can buy a bundle of games together. And essentially that is what Xbox could be if they wanted it to. It's going to have a shaky start and people aren't going to trust it because it's brand new on a console, but eventually it could be to the point where Xbox gets heavily discounted stuff. And to be honest, if I have to just pay a little bit of extra fee on a used game, if a game developer chooses to do so, down the line in the future I'll be getting heavily discounted games, so works out for me, I don't mind. So let's get into the main reason why people are switching to PS4, and this is the main reason, because people were worried about being spied on all the time, 24/7, people watching you masturbate, even though people don't want to watch you masturbate. Now let's get into it. The technology inside the Kinect has the possibility to spy on you, and that's the key word, possibility. One guy came out and rumoured that this technology was in the Kinect, and then everyone heard what they wanted to hear, the fact that it always has to be 24/7 and it's always watching you and always reporting on you, blah 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 blah. That's not the case. It really isn't. All you have to do once a day is check in online, and you can do that by setting up a Wi-Fi internet on your phone and just quickly doing a check-in, and then you can take the Kinect out, you can unplug it, you can put it on pause mode. You don't need to have the Kinect connected to the Xbox for the Xbox to work. You don't need a 24-hour connection to the internet for it to work. Yes, you do have to check in or you get locked out, but if you can't have your mobile phone set up a Wi-Fi spot in, say, like a hotel, say you go to a hotel and you need to check in, if you can't do that, then the Xbox One isn't for you. And that's what I tried to say before about the internet, and they come out and said it themselves as well, about if you don't have an internet connection, then don't buy it, have an Xbox 360. But they are working on things like for people who are soldiers and stuff. I've heard that they're working on a way to give them special advantages to this rule, and I'm also heard that they're revising it being from 24 hours to maybe longer. So that's all speculation at the moment. You just have to see what happens. And yeah, so the whole spying thing was just utter crap, to be honest. I can't even be bothered to get into it because it is just utter crap. If you look up anywhere, you'll see that it isn't true at all. There's rumours, and that's it, rumours. And if you believe rumours, then, you know, more for you. So as the Kinect can be disconnected as well as other things, it can be put into pause mode, which is the same as turning it off. You can also determine how your Xbox One uses your information via privacy options that are available. And then they say here, finally, you could spend some time thinking about why Microsoft would care that you're sat in your underwear watching old episodes of Breaking Bad on a Saturday night. They might target adverts at you. Oh no, you used Facebook recently. And that's the same thing I was saying about media. Media is all directed to people's needs and information recorded about them in certain ways. And all it is the Kinect is bringing that to the Kinect, if it is anything to do with spying on you, but it probably isn't. So yeah, here's another thing. Anyone in your household can play any of your games. So let's say you have a PS4 and you buy Call of Duty, and you've got a brother or two sons. You then have to go out and you have to go out and pay extra money for each of those discs. So you need 3 discs if you have 2 sons. That means 3 times the price to pay on a disc. Now Xbox, you can have a shared system between all your family, and 10 people can log on and use your games. So you only have to buy 1 disc and you can share it between your family. So that little price that's cheaper for Sony kind of just really doesn't really mean anything right now, to be honest. I don't know the full ins and outs of this sharing thing. Maybe you can't play it at the same time, but still, it's still revolutionary and still needed. It's still relevant, because say you're out at work or something and your son's home because it's a day off school and the mom's home looking after the son, that son can then log on and just play your game without having to worry about having another disc. So, you know, that's definitely a bonus. It might not be what everyone wants to hear, but it's definitely a bonus. You can't disregard it because it doesn't appeal to you, you know what I mean? And last but not least, apparently, I don't know if this is true, if you pre-order an Xbox One, Xbox Live is free for a year. So, you know, that's pretty epic. You don't have to pay for the first year of Live and such things. But I don't really trust that one. It doesn't seem like it would be, to be honest, that would be true. So yeah, they're just some of the things that I have researched. If you go into the video description right now, and there's be about 5 or 6 or 7 links, click on each of those and read them very carefully, and don't just see them and then just think and start thinking about what you think about it. Actually read the words on the page and understand. Because yeah, you can still buy a PS4 after this video, I don't care, but as long as you aren't completely ignorant to what the Xbox is, then you can make an informed decision. I'm not looking to change anyone's mind on what console to buy. You know what I mean? This is just me giving you information that you might not have seen, and that's what I've done with the PS4 as well. I didn't say any of my PS4 video was complete fact. I just said it through speculation and ideas that people may have missed to give people something to think about it. But then all the fanboys came on and just started being dickheads, and I don't really care, to be honest. But the thing is, most of those fanboys who came on were saying things that weren't even true, and I haven't even bothered researching. I'm surprised if any of them even watched my video in the first place. And like I said at the start of the video, I was just being objective and thinking about things that people may not have thought about. Now this video is all fact, and there's proof in the video description. Just go and click all the links, check them all out, read, understand. And that's me done for today. Peace out. Take care.